Okay, welcome. Hello. So I am your instructor for your marriage and family class. My name is Kristen Snyder. I will try to post quite a few videos with each chapter. I'm going to try my best to keep them in little 10-minute snippets for you. You guys need to read your chapters. You'll need to get the textbook. The textbook is an ebook, and I'll go over that here in just a little bit. But let me do a short introduction for marriage and family. This is a sociology class. So if you think back to Intro to Soc, if you had that, we do talk about the major theoretical perspectives, focusing it in on family, on raising kids, on marriage, on retirement, on all the phases that happen as we walk through the life of a family. So we talk about the interactionist, which is my favorite. We also talk about the structural functionalist, which is also a really good one. And then sometimes many of my students will fall into the conflict perspective a lot and see the happenings of the world through the lens of a conflict theoretical perspective. And so we also, but with marriage and family, they dive into the feminist perspective. We also go over to family ecology, systems theory, exchange theory. There are a couple different ones that we didn't ever introduce in Intro to Sociology. So that should be interesting for you guys. But knowing when we come in and we're talking about marriages, we're talking about families, we're talking about raising kids, we're talking about empty nesters, we're talking about retirement, we're talking about work, we're talking about homes, we're talking about having enough food on the table, and how important it is to sit at a table with your family. Um, in the past, one of the classes that I'm teaching right now is social problems. My background is education, so I was in public school before I was here. And when I came to Carl Albert years ago, my degree was sociology psychology. So like many of you right here at Carl Albert right now, doing the sociology psychology degree. I knew I wanted to work with people. I knew I wanted to help people. And then I decided a great way to do that is to be a teacher. And it absolutely is. You know, early on when I was teaching here at Carl Albert, I sort of thought, you know, as we were going through our social problems class, um, the best way to solve all the world problems is with families and education. And I do still believe that those are the big steps that will get us there. So we do families are fundamental and education. You know, sometimes families can't do everything, and sometimes families are broken. And even in broken homes, we still can learn amazing things. Anyways, and so I am very passionate about this class. This was probably one of my favorite classes that I had when I was a student here, was the marriage and family. There's lots of data, lots of information on research and proving that this is, you know, what has proven to that we see works best. Anyways, and so it's very interesting, but I don't want to take a ton of time. I want you guys to start diving in, looking, and start your introduction assignment. So let me show you what our class will look like on Blackboard. You're already there because you wouldn't be to this video without that, but I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share. So it's going to take me just a second. Okay, so we are sharing the screen. If you go into the welcome, this is where you access this video, the welcome video here. Randomly, I will put up announcements. Here's my contact information. You guys are in the virtual world. You're emailing me. You can totally call me, call my office, leave a voicemail if I'm not here. But if you email me, say, hey, I'm in, I know your name's already there on the email, but I'm in marriage and family. And then a short, brief response to your question, like a title, but let me know at the beginning of the title of the email, marriage and family online. Then I'm going to be able to respond to you so much faster because I'm not going to have to go dig through all of the various classes that I'm teaching on Blackboard, or email you back and say, hey, what class are you in? Because I have no idea what your question is. Anyways, so let me know when you send an email to me that you are in marriage and family. Here is how you will access your ebook. You can buy access code from our bookstore here on the Carl Albert campus or Salisaw, or even online through Carl Albert, but you can also buy it through Cengage. Either way, look, see which one's cheapest. All you have to do is click on this link right here, and then it's going to sort of prompt you through the steps. If you've had Cengage before, you'll already have a login, but you'll still need the access code, or you'll need to pay for this book. But you'll use your login that you've used in the past. If you have not ever used Cengage, you'll have to create that. You could use the word Cengage and Mind Tap interchangeably. Cengage is the producer of the book, but they've also created the platform Mind Tap for our online class. And so you have assignments that will be on Mind Tap that are part of Cengage, they're part of that. So here is a video on how to access your textbook. All of the chapter 1 assignments are deep linked. So if there is an assignment from MindTap, it's going to have a click, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So here is the welcome page. Just a quick look over here. I'm looking to see if there was something. Let's go ahead and go in to start working. Okay, so we have our syllabus. Make sure you read the syllabus. That's going to be your first assignment. My grades, you should be clicking on this, checking your grades, but let's go in to start working. Okay, if you notice, I have due dates right down here. Every chapter has a due date. August 19th, so that's coming up really fast. This is the introduction. I want you to have these assignments finished by August 19th. Now, I do a little psychology trick with you guys on this. I say that they are due on the 19th. They are due on the 19th by noon, but I actually leave it open until that Wednesday. So that's a Monday. They will still open 19th, 20th, 21st till the 21st at noon, and then it will close out. This is just a little bit of leeway for you. I always have students that email me, my dog was sick, or, my car's broke down and I'm having to go get it fixed, or I need to go to the doctor. Well, if you can't have it done on Monday, you still have those 2 days to get it done, but they will close out and I do not open them back up. So make sure you get the assignments finished. So to start off with the introduction, you've got your due date handout. I would suggest printing that out if you have access to a printer. Discussion board rubric. Read this. When you do discussions, I think you do discussions almost every week, pretty sure, close to it. When you do discussions, you have to create 2 threads in order for it to populate for me to grade. And these should be, significant paragraphs. You should be actually telling me on this first one about yourself. It's not just like, I am getting my degree in psychology and I want to, become a social worker because here at Carl Albert, I am sociology, psychology. But you're actually telling me information. When we're talking about divorce, you're discussing it. And then after you have had your response to the discussion board post, then you will go back in and comment on a classmate's post. Once you have created 2 threads, then it populates for me to grade. Here is an online syllabus assignment. You can do this in Word or Google Docs. Either one works for me as long as I can open it and read it. So if you have read the syllabus, then you would click on here, online syllabus assignment. You could copy and paste this right here into Word and then answer each of those questions. Then I would like for you to upload files. And so you would browse your local files like on your computer, or you could possibly go to your cloud and go to the Google Docs. But here's a trick. You will probably be writing a paper eventually in APA format. And if you don't want points deducted for it moving around, and you didn't move it around, but for some reason Blackboard did, if you're using Google Docs, save it as a PDF. It's always good practice to even save your Word documents as a PDF before you upload them. But make sure the Google Docs are saved as a PDF so it does not move around. Going back in to start working, back into intro. Here's the textbook again, all the way through that you could look at. If we go into chapter 1, this is due on August 26th. Remember, you'll actually have till that Wednesday, but make sure you get these introduction assignments finished so you do not get dropped from the class. Each week you will be expected to read the chapter. That's coming from the Cengage, the Mind Tap. Right here is your textbook. There's a PowerPoint. You don't do anything with this. This is just a study tool if you want to use it. There's an objective sheet to take notes on. You don't do anything with this. This is just a tool that you could use to take notes on to prepare you for your first test. You've got your essay questions assignment, a true and false, sociological imagination, looking at family a different way. this is one of my favorite things in all of my sociology classes. It is applying the sociological imagination. Anyways, and so here is the discussion board rubric. Here's the discussion board post. This is where you're going to answer these questions in complete sentences, paragraph, longer, more than one sentence. I mean, multiples. What is the sociological imagination? Explain that to me. How does the first web link I had you read help you look at family using the sociological imagination? So, using this web link right there to figure that out. And then the last one you have is an explore assignment. And this is on that mind tab. Anyways, and so walking through the textbook, walking through Blackboard, making sure you're reading the chapter first, and completing these assignments each week. That's all I have for right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm going to go ahead and stop share really quick. There we are. Remember, whenever you shoot me an email, put in there marriage and family online, and then I can respond to you faster. That's all I have for today. I will see you guys again in the virtual world. Goodbye.